Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. In today's video, we are diving into Anytype. I won't go too deep into all of the new changes. I did a video on many of them last week. I am also going to do a full-on tutorial on Anytype, a new one. I have done a couple tutorials before. I have a whole playlist on Anytype. Many of the things I talked about earlier in that playlist no longer actually apply because the application has changed so much, and I would say changed for the better. Let's jump into Anytype to show you what I mean. So if I now just jump into my YouTube test space, I have a few spaces here. It's been a long time since I've actually gone into Anytype and I've actually changed things up. Like this was social media ideas for clothing brand. I no longer run said clothing brand, but let me talk about some of the things I really like. So I have mentioned that it's great that sets are now called queries. So if I just open up a query, here you can see I have a bunch of example tasks. This is my YouTube test space. So this is the space I use to record YouTube videos. That's why there is so much random stuff in here. But basically, what this is and what this has actually always been is just a search based on the object type task. So we are basically searching for everything that is the object type task, and you are turning that into a database. It makes so much more sense to call it queries, but as I said, I won't dive too deep into that one. Um, what I really like is the fact that there is an invite members here. I also like the search bar here, but what I really like is pressing this and getting all of this. These are some of your settings. So you have integrations, import and export. Import has always been here, so you can import from Notion, HTML, Anytype, CSV, TXT, and Markdown. You can also export to Markdown or any block. If you're moving away from Anytype, you should export in Markdown. If you're moving into another Anytype space, any block is better. But that is not what I really like. I like the new settings page. I like the invite members and the ability to generate an invite link. I like the remote storage here. These have all been a part of Anytype previously, but it's been super difficult to find stuff. You have your object types right here, so you can see all of your object types, and you also have all of your properties. And like when I do a lot of these videos, I tend to get a lot of different properties. I like this way of viewing it much better than what it previously was. You can also go from within here, so you can go into all objects, you can see your pages, your files, your media, you can search for stuff. So that is the other way of doing it, but you can also just jump in here and see your object types. Let's go ahead and create a new type. You can also edit your type from right here, but I want to create a new one. And let's call this video ideas just for the sake of this video. So video ideas. And you can type name and icon, and you can also type list name. You can format it to a list or to a page. You can change the layout type. We had this before as well, so basic profile action note. I tend to use the basic one a lot, except for when I'm taking notes. That's when I really like the note, or when I have a task. Of course, it will be the action type or the action layout type. I don't like the fact that they call it layout type, but that will be a discussion for another video. But when it's people or companies, I use profile. Most of the times I use basics. Here I find it difficult to decide whether or not it should be action or it should be basic, but let's just go ahead with basic for this video. You will have to do whatever you want. You can also change the layout width here. So these aren't things I normally because this is a feature many other applications have, and not something I usually tend to play around with too much. You can also change the header. I like it to be centered, but this isn't things I play around with too much, but this gives you even more versatility inside of the application to build it exactly the way you want. You can also add your properties, and that is one of the major changes in this new update, is that your properties follow your object type, which makes sense. Having your properties following your object type really makes sense. It isn't necessary to explain it, but if you don't understand why, please do comment it down below and I will cover that as a part of the tutorial. But here you can like click, you can create new properties. I guess you can make new ones as well. So I can create a new property. Just call it test. I will go ahead and delete this whole entire workspace after this video. You still have the same layout here, but basically this is different. Let's just go ahead and just apply this. And now you have your object video ideas. Let's go back to the home page. Um, so now you have another object type here. I can click this and I can change the object type. So what I'm doing is that I'm clicking the plus. You can also click the arrow, which also allows you to do the same. So video ideas, and click video ideas from there. You can also just open up a new one and change it from here. So again, I will have to filter video ideas. And you can see that things starts to change. I can add a description. I can set the layout width from here. I can change the header position as well. I can add covers. Let's just add a gradient here. And I can also add an icon either from my library, which has a lot of random images. Let's do the Anytype community one. So here you can see how this works. I can also add a description or hide the description. I like having it because I tend to get ideas that I then forget about. The tagging and like my current system doesn't work perfectly with this setup of Anytype. So that will be something I will also have to fix in the tutorial video. You can also create a widget right here. So by clicking create widget, this actually becomes a widget. And I can also go ahead and remove it. That is also a new really good feature that I know a lot of people will find useful. So that covers many of the major stuff. Remember that you can also share things and publish to the web, or you can share the whole entire space, or actually export the object as a markdown, any block, or PDF. I've used the PDF a lot. But basically, what I think this new update does is that it makes Anytype much easier to use. Anytype is a great application. I am a big fan of it, but my biggest complaint with Anytype has been that it is too complex, and that goes for a lot of the object-based note-taking applications. But I think Anytype is going heavily in the right direction with this update, with all of the not new features, but how they've changed a lot of their layout. So I am a big fan of this. This is actually much better than not the previous one, but the first Anytype version I tested out in alpha back in, I think it was 2023. So uh, it's 2 years now. That was when I first started using the application. The only reason for me not using it is that I use multiple devices, two of them where I don't have the ability to download a lot of software because it's work stuff. And I or it is work devices, and I need a web version. That's like the only reason for me not using Anytype. I think out of the object-based note-taking applications, I think Anytype has the best mobile application, at least for iOS. I haven't tested the Android version out yet, but that is something I will do. But that covers many of the things I now really like about Anytype. And again, if you have any questions, anything you want me to go deep into, please do comment it down below and I will do a tutorial on it as soon as I can, probably during the weekend. It's been really hectic, otherwise I would have had it out by now. But that covers today's video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching.